Welcome everybody to WHS Teachers Tips for 507 preparation. Just some general housekeeping. Firstly, this session will be recorded and will be uploaded to YouTube. The aim of today's session is to show you where to find research material before starting this unit. We'll explore 8 key sites, then set you on the pathway to what is required to prepare for both assessments. These are by doing an accurate audit, which identifies gaps in your system, followed by a SWOT analysis that accurately addresses these gaps. This will then lead to a report that shows the improvements that are required for continual improvement of the WHS system. Now let's go to the Whs Research Site located on the OLS. Here's where we start our research. This site gives you major savings in research time. All links have been vetted by a former inspector of the WHS regulator and in most cases are one click away from viewing. Now we scroll down the middle of the slide on the left-hand side to find a template that can be used for our self-assessment audit tool. Just below this is a link to business balls for SWOT analysis. This takes us to a template that can be used in the assessment. We also find information about this kind of analysis. Now we need to go to the top of the Compliance tab to find a bold heading of legislation. This is found under the centre panel. Here we find the WHS Act 2011 and Regulations 2017 that help with finding WHS legislative requirements. Then moving further down under General Teachers Tips, we find the difference between WHS Management System and WHS Information System. Then we move on to different analysis processes. Now to work health and safety best practice, followed by how to write executive summaries and recommendations. 4, 5, 6 and 7 can be found just to the left of the WHS Teachers Tips panel. We also find on the right-hand side under this heading a PowerPoint for WHS 507. Here's where we set you up on a pathway to what is required to prepare both assessments. By using an accredited Australian Standard 4801 self-audit tool, this will allow us to complete an accurate audit which identifies gaps in your system. Take the time to have a look at compliance at a glance, Step 1 checklist. Now on to 2. Follow up with a SWOT analysis that addresses the gaps identified in the audit. This will then lead us to a report that shows the improvement that is required for continual improvement of the system. Now to 3. WHS Legal Requirements. Here we research primary duty of care, duty of officers, record keeping, training, specific high-risk compliance requirements. Another good site to have a look at in bold type under compliance is Compliance at a Glance. This gives us a good insight into the working tools of a WHS information system. 4. The differences between WHS system and the WHS information system. This PowerPoint explains what is a WHS system and its elements, which are based on the standards 4801 and 4804. What does an information system consist of? This may include health and safety requirements on record keeping and what data needs to be collected and assessed. 5. Different types of analysis processes. This PowerPoint informs us briefly on SWOT analysis, force field analysis, gap analysis, root and needs analysis. 6. Work health and safety and safety best practice. This PowerPoint takes us through 10 slides explaining what is WHS best practice. 7. How to write an executive summary and recommendations. This explains the importance and role it plays and takes you through an executive summary and recommendations. This will help with the second assignment. 8. PowerPoint for WHS507 Teachers Tips. This can be found down the right-hand side under the heading WHS Diploma Teachers Tips. We will discuss this in greater detail over the next 2 sessions for 507. This PowerPoint addresses directly the questions in each assessment. This is supported by learning resources using targeted research. The learning guide addresses Element 1, contribute to identifying a WHSIS requirement. Element 2, contribute to the use and operations of the WHSIS. Element 3, use of the WHSIS to support effective WHS management as required by job role. And Element 4, assist with monitoring, evaluating, and improving the WHSIS. On the Welcome Contents page, you will find links to support the above headings. So that's all for this session. Next time, we'll go through the first assessment. In the meantime, get into doing your self-audit assessment. Then have a go at your SWOT analysis. This is our most important slide. This should become your mantra. When in doubt, ring or email your WHS teacher. Are there any questions? With there being none, thanks for coming. See you next time.